Hey everyone, it's a brisk day in the Mojave Desert today. It's about 55 degrees and it's pretty overcast. So I know I haven't done a video in a while and today's video should be pretty exciting. But anyway, just to catch up, things haven't been so great with me health-wise ever since I got my gallbladder removed. But I'm doing pretty decent right now. But enough about that. I've also been really busy with the garage, getting the floor cemented and stuff, and that's all finished. So I'll do a quick video and do an update there. But more importantly, today I'm going to go over my excavator, which is by far the most interesting vehicle I own out of all the vehicles I own here. So I think I have a buyer for it, so I've been working on it. And I'll go over there in a minute and we'll check it out. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alrighty, so here it is. Here's my garage. It actually looks like a real garage now. I got the side panels back up and the floor is completely done. Let me try and get a decent shot of it. It is not perfect. It definitely isn't completely level. There's right here where my foot is, there's a bit of a hump. Alrighty, so I just wanted to do a quick video of the garage and where I'm at with it. It's just about ready for the GMC 3500 to come in here. I'm going to be rebuilding the 454 in it. So yeah, that's going to do it for now. And I'm going to head on over to the excavator, which is mainly what this video is about, and we'll go check that out. So catch you guys in the next one. Alrighty, so here's my excavator. It is by far the most interesting machine I own. It's four-wheel drive, and it needs a little bit of work right now. Hopefully I have a buyer for this. I'm doing a little more work. I want to get it up and running, and I can understand that. The guy who's interested in it would like to see it run and operate before he throws me an offer for it. But it is a really cool machine. It's super interesting. So yeah, you can see it's got two stabilizer arms and a super huge bucket. I mean, that thing is just massive. I don't know how long it is. I should get a tape measure, but it is really long. It can really reach out far. And yeah, let's go over a couple of the really super interesting things about this. You can see this is an extended axle. It's much wider than a normal axle. It's old school four-wheel drive. It's actually all-wheel drive down here. There's quite a few transfer cases. There's this one here, and then there's another one up there to get to the engine, and I'll get to that. The engine is a Nissan Z22 engine. If you remember them from back in the day in the early 80s, they were pickup engines. It's a 4-cylinder with 8 spark plugs. But yeah, let's check out the steering wheels. I don't know exactly which is the front and which is the back on this vehicle. But anyway, you can see we got hubs that we can lock or unlock. And this wheel's turned, so it does have steering. I'll go over the interesting aspect of that in a moment. But as you can see, there's another differential here, so it is four-wheel drive. And there is part of the steering, the main homemade steering mechanism. It's completely hydraulic. And let's go over here to the fender where all the magic happens. So over here on this fender we have some interesting stuff. There's this is actually a wheel indicator. So you can see the wheel is kind of turned to the left like that. And this is your indicator right here. As you turn the wheel, this bar will come out and point at one of these indicators. So as you can see right now, it's aimed up with that one, so that means the wheel is turned to the left. If it was straight, this bar will come out as the wheel turns, and if it was to the right, it'd be over there. So that's pretty interesting, and when I get it up and running, I'll have some more videos about it. I've been topping off the battery, and yeah, let's have a quick look at the engine. So basically I bought this, drove it here, and left it sit. Haven't started it in probably like a year or so, maybe even longer. It's been a while. So we'll get rid of that. So right here we have our Nissan Z22 motor, and I just replaced some plugs. I am able to get this thing started and running, but only with a gasoline-soaked rag. I'm not getting any gas through the carburetor. So today I'm probably going to rip that apart. And the gas that was in it was completely brown. I wish I would have got a picture or a video of it. So anyway, I cleaned out the filter. I just like blew some compressed air through it, and it flows now. It was actually a little bit clogged. But anyway, I'm going to be rebuilding this carburetor today. And that's enough about the motor for now. Let's go in the cab and check out the controls. Well, before we get into the cab, a couple things in the back or the front that I want to mention. Here's the pump for the hydraulics, just your typical like tractor hydraulic pump. And up here, obviously, are the fans behind the radiator. And this is really cool. Apparently, someone named Roy built this and put this really cool Roybuilt emblem on there. So definitely a one-of-a-kind, a Roybuilt. If anybody, if by any chance anybody knows anything more about this vehicle, definitely leave a comment about it. It's a really, really interesting vehicle. And hopefully I get her up and running and maybe get some shots of it today. Looks like this is our reservoir here for the hydraulics. And then let's check out the cab. This is really, really interesting. So we have our seat there. We have an emergency brake here, which I think these brakes are hooked up. I was really upset. When I bought this, the guy I bought it from did not tell me it didn't have brakes, and maybe it does. Maybe this does work, but the other brakes over here, as you can see, very interesting setup. It's got this big handle, and there's a master cylinder, but obviously this is not hooked up, and I don't know, it probably doesn't work anyway. Maybe it does, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like this is all busted out, and I'll have a look at that later. This thing moves so slow that you can actually drive. I don't want to say safely drive it, but you can definitely operate it, and it's slow enough that you shouldn't really hit anything as long as you're careful. And if you really wanted to, you can drop that arm down and use that as a brake. I guess you could even keep the stabilizers pretty low and drop them down and use those as a brake. So enough about that. Let's go over some more of the controls. So here we have just the standard transmission with forward, reverse. Where is it? Forward, reverse, and yeah, I guess 3 speeds. So basically they just have looks like first and reverse marked there for you. You don't really probably want to use the other gears. I don't even know if they work. I'm sure they do. I'm sure it's just a standard transmission. Over here, this interesting device, this is your clutch. And they actually have it set up for you to use as a foot clutch or a hand clutch with the lever. And we have a couple gauges here. We got water temperature, and oil pressure, and amps for the alternator. And if we turn around, well, before we do that, now over here, this is the interesting part. This is the steering. As you probably noticed or didn't notice, earlier, there's no steering wheel in here. So it would have been nice if he would have mounted the valve, you know, to turn it like left and right, but it goes up and down, unfortunately. So that definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. So up is right and down is left. And then if we spin over here, we have all the controls for the backhoe. And they're actually all pretty normal. We have these two guys for the stabilizer arms. We have these three for the bucket, which I really like how he put them all together right here. And then this is left and right all into one control. Alrighty, so there's a quick preview of my excavator. I got to get that carburetor rebuilt today and hopefully get this thing running. So I think that's going to do it for now. I got my work cut out for me. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.